The bell rang loudly, reverberating through the empty corridors, signaling the end of class. Students packed up and rushed out, their laughter and chatter echoing in every corner. But not him. He lingered, eyes scanning the classroom as if expecting the world to end at any moment. To everyone else, he was just a strange kid, obsessed with survival scenarios, and most certainly labeled as crazy. But today, his so-called madness was about to prove more useful than anyone could imagine. In an instant, the world around him shifted. He was no longer in his classroom. Instead, he found himself in an unfamiliar, otherworldly landscape. And strangely, his classmates were with him. Panic and disbelief filled the air, but amidst the chaos, one thing became clear. This wasn't just any place. It was an extreme survival game waiting to happen. A girl, the type who knew exactly what she wanted, stepped forward, her intent clear as she tried to get him to make a decision. Almost immediately, more girls appeared, curious about what he would say, what choice he would make. They all seemed to know something he didn't, and now he had to choose, one of them, to join him in what could only be described as a dangerously thrilling survival game. A deserted island, challenges beyond imagination, and these stunning companions. He couldn't believe his luck. Or maybe it was a dream, and he was just living the wildest fantasy his mind had ever conceived. Unaware of his surroundings, he dozed off in the classroom back home, completely engrossed in his metaphysical adventure. A sharp-eyed girl noticed him, shaking her head, muttering about his depraved daydreams. Then, the bell rang again. He jerked awake violently, disoriented, almost knocking over the bald teacher, who blinked in surprise. Recess had arrived, and without missing a beat, he dashed to the cafeteria, astonishing everyone by being right on schedule. Outside, adrenaline surged through him. Today, he needed to beat his own record. Every utensil, every piece of equipment he carried, mattered. He prepared to test his survival skills, mimicking the ancient techniques of fire-making. Sparks flew, and before long a flame roared to life. Less than a minute. He had done it, but celebration was cut short when a girl approached, frowning at his fire-making. She noticed the enormous backpack he carried, and curiosity turned to concern when he revealed it contained over 20 kilograms of survival gear. He explained, passionately, that it was all for emergencies, inspired by a television show he'd seen long ago, a show where someone survived alone in the wilderness for a month. That had terrified him as a child, planting a seed of obsession with survival. To her, it seemed foolish, even laughable, but he couldn't care less. His mind was already racing ahead, thinking of what he would do next during recess. Suddenly, a sharp wave of malaise hit him, crushing him with a headache so intense it blurred his vision. Around him, classmates appeared similarly affected, yet she, the first girl, remained untouched. He collapsed, barely able to keep his eyes open, teetering on the edge of consciousness. When he awoke again, he was lying on soft grass, staring at a towering sequoia. Nearby, a small squirrel darted past, confirming he was in Hokkaido, but the tropical vegetation was all wrong. Confusion settled in as he realized this world obeyed no logic he knew. As he ventured through the forest, survival knowledge kicking in instinctively, he spotted monkeys, raccoons, and other creatures. Then, chaos erupted. A girl chasing a raccoon ran into him, the impact staggering him. Apologies were quickly exchanged, but recognition followed. They were classmates. Soon, other girls joined, all following the elusive raccoon. The group of unusual companions, each with their quirks and charms, began to recognize him, and he realized that the bizarre dream he had before class wasn't far from reality. The short-haired girl, glasses-wearing class president, extroverted tomboy, and bubbly blonde, they were all there. To him, they weren't just classmates. They were potential partners, his dating candidates, each with distinct personalities and attributes. And despite the chaos, he remained calm, using his knowledge to guide them. He noticed animal tracks, deduced the presence of a nearby water source, and earned the girls' respect, their astonishment growing with every small observation he made. The group navigated the forest, debating names, survival strategies, and the absurdity of their situation. The extroverted girl's charm and playful teasing collided with his oddball seriousness, creating a strange but effective team dynamic. When they discovered the river, he warned them not to drink directly from it. Thirsty but obedient, they watched as he filtered the water using a compact survival mug, his careful preparation ensuring their safety. Soon, he crafted his first survival knife, astonishing the girls with both his skill and composure. They attempted to hunt the raccoon with him, failing, and yet they were drawn to his confidence, his uncanny ability to remain calm under pressure. Suddenly, a scream shattered the air. The river carried a girl downstream, pursued by a massive brown bear. Panic erupted. The odds were impossible. Instinct and courage took over. With a precise throw, he distracted the bear with a spear, buying precious time for the fleeing girl. The bear roared, furious, but his quick thinking and prepared equipment had given them an edge. Even as the blonde girl stumbled, his calm guidance ensured they survived. Hunting rabbits for food, building a fire, and crafting rudimentary tools became the rhythm of their survival. Each girl contributed, some hesitant, some bold, all learning the importance of teamwork. Tensions eased as meals were shared and trust grew. His odd but effective leadership became apparent. The girls respected him, even if they thought him a bit strange. Conversations revealed clues about their surroundings, and slowly they pieced together a plan to locate a cave that might offer shelter. Footprints and signs guided them, though missteps and misdirections kept them on edge. Even the presence of the girl's physical attributes, blonde hair, glasses, short stature, intertwined with the oddball protagonist's reactions, added tension and humor, giving the story an absurdly human touch amidst the survival chaos. At last, they neared the cave. Voices echoed, revealing a group of boys, also classmates, struggling with their own survival. Immediate judgment and confrontation arose, but the blonde girl stood by him, asserting his value. The oddball survivalist, previously ridiculed, now became central to the group's chance of survival. Confrontations with hostile boys tested both his skills and his composure, highlighting his growth and the respect he had earned. In the end, the girls and our protagonist worked together to survive, navigating threats, wild animals, and the unforgiving terrain. Each challenge showcased his odd but invaluable knowledge, blending humor, tension, and moments of absurdity. He remained the unlikely hero of Nightmare Manga, proving that sometimes being different wasn't just a quirk. It was the key to survival. And as their first night in this strange, perilous world fell, he smiled. The girls, the forest, the wild animals, and the survival scenarios. It was all terrifying, exhilarating, and utterly unforgettable. If you liked this adventure, leave a like, and make sure to join Nightmare Manga next time for even more wild journeys. Bye-bye.